Okay. All right. So I'll read number one. It says GDP. I put A for number one.
Okay. Okay. Is that because it says well-being?
Hold on. Sorry. One second. I gotta pull up the quiz. It's used to monitor the performance of the overall economy. It's not the single best measure of society's economic well-being. Yeah. Well, I put that because there's a whole section on how it's not the best measure for the well-being.
Okay.
And I think some of the other ones, like, is used to monitor performance of the overall economy.
Yeah.
It's
It
not.
was. I had it between A and B. I wasn't sure if it was trying to be tricky or if it was supposed to be that. Okay, I'll go with that. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
because it says there on like
Yeah.
that one section that it's not the best way to measure because it
Yeah.
doesn't measure, like happiness or other things.
Yeah. I had B kind of, but I was debating.
Okay. All right. 2 says, according to the circular flow diagram, GDP. So the first couple I kind of had a hard time on, but I put A, but I wasn't sure if that
Okay.
was right. I
So
don't
I'm
know.
looking. Okay. So as I was looking at it, so if you're looking at the diagram, it talks about can be computed as payments firms make.
Yeah.
Let me get the diagram. Okay. Payments firms make to the overall economy.
Yeah.
Plus revenues they receive from the sales of goods and services.
Yeah. So that's why I thought it was because income and expenditure is the same, right? So can
I,
be.
I had
What did you
so
have?
B. Well, I was thinking B at first. Can be computed as the revenue firms receive from sales and goods.
But it's not minus, right? Because
Yeah,
they make an
can't be
income
minus.
and expenditure.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's one either because I don't think it's plus together. They should be equal. Could be computed as.
What about C? Can be computed as either the revenue from firms receive from the sales of goods and services, or as revenues they receive from the sales of.
Doesn't it say this? This says the same thing, doesn't it? Twice.
Okay, so it's either the revenue firms receive from sales and goods and services.
Or as revenues they receive from the sales and goods of services. Isn't that the
Yeah,
same thing?
that does say the same thing. Firms make. Oh,
See, I don't know about this one. It confused me. But I feel like I found a place in the book where number one was the right answer.
okay. Cabe's texting.
Okay, is he? Okay, I sent him one.
Oh, he just said okay. Um, so we can compute it for this economy in one of two ways: by adding up the total expenditure by households, or by
Yeah.
adding up the total income, wages, rent, and profits by firms.
Yeah.
Because all expenditures of the income ends up at someone's income.
So D can't be right because it's expenditures by households and income to firms.
Yeah.
But it can be the other way around too. It can be income to households and expenditure by firms because both make income and both.
Okay, so you have A.
I have A.
I'm good with A.
I mean, we might be wrong.
That one again, I was like, I don't.
Yeah. I think it's a bad question.
I think it's
I think
poorly worded.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Okay, so this one I put gross domestic product measures income and expenditures.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay, let's see. This one is kind of weird. This one was worded weirdly too, and I put in the GDP accounts production equals. I put income because if they're saying production is the same as expenditure, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's income, but you have to minus the imports.
Is it the imports?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's income minus imports.
Where did you find that? Because I couldn't find that.
Well, so if you look at, sorry, Kate, Nicholas, where's your father? You need to go talk to your dad. He's here. You go take care of dad. I'm in a meeting. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
My kids, my second ex-husband's here, spending time with his kids, and he comes down to see me. Okay, so if you read in that section about where which Y equals the GDP, right?
Yeah.
Equals consumption, government expenditures, all that stuff.
Yeah.
In the last one, if you read those paragraphs, the net exports, is that what
So
it's called?
but is that what that has to do with? So production equals the net export. So
Yeah, but net exports is exports minus
imports.
So everything else is an income. Everything else is money,
Mm-hmm.
except an import. So that's why I put income minus imports.
Okay.
Because everything else in that other side of the Y equals the GDP.
Yeah.
Except imports. Imports can't. So that's why I did income. All the other ones are incomes.
And we know that production doesn't always equal income, right? Because like at seasonal adjustments at Christmas time, well, there's more production than there is income, right?
Yeah, and so they're just.
Honestly, I thought the first 5 questions are the hardest question on the whole thing, which I thought was kind of weird.
That's why I put income minus imports.
Okay.
If you feel more just income, that's fine. That's kind of how I was reading it, that the imports, because everything else makes up that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's just, I think it's a weird way to.
I did
GDP
too.
account. I don't know. That's weird to me.
For sure that I was like, okay, they don't even use the same verbiage.
Yeah.
So.
I hate when they do that. All right, on to question 5. Let's see if he texted. Nope. All right, suppose that an economy produces 20,000 units of a good A, which sells at $3 a unit, and 40,000 units of a good B, which sells at $1 per unit. Production of good A contributes. I put B.
So did I.
Okay.
Because I just multiplied the money by that and then put them over each other and reduced it.
Simplified.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, I have no clue.
Okay, so this one was a trick question, right? I went through and I was like, oh, how do I add all these up? All right, it says, what is GDP? Oh, gross national product. I didn't look at that. Dang it.
Yeah.
I was looking up at the top where it said, I thought it said gross domestic. So I was like, oh, that's easy. It's 200. Dang it. All right, so.
So everything that I've done has not, the only thing that I've come close to equaling anything was 214, but I still don't know how I got 214.
Yeah, well, it's like some things can be put in and some things can't.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't even know what to do with this one. I'm not even sure. I was looking through all those sections, and because I know you can. So income earned by citizens abroad, you can't put that one in. So the $9 isn't considered. It's $5. $5 is added to it. The loss for depreciation, isn't that subtracted?
Okay, so hold on one second. Let me read the definition of gross national product. It says, is the total income earned by a nation's permanent residents, called nationals. It differs from GDP in that it includes income that our citizens earn abroad. So people that can earn abroad in this.
Oh, so that is the 2 plus the 9 plus the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 14.
When a Canadian citizen works temporarily in the United States, her production is part of the U.S. GDP, but it's not part of the U.S. GNP.
So
it's what your own workers produce.
So do you have to subtract stuff?
Well, I think you just want to add it, right?
Well, then so that would be, so the only things I can see you can add are the 200 plus the 9, right?
Yeah.
Plus the 8.
Or do you not even add the 200?
Well, you have to add 200 because how the heck are you going to get up to 200 anywhere else?
Yeah, well, if you had 55 and 60, 30, 12, maybe all the little, but like, what do you do with taxes?
But do you add taxes? Like, do you subtract taxes? Do you add taxes? I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I think this is a dumb question because we don't ever really go over how to do anything about GNP.
Yeah, and I don't know what to do with the taxes. Like, is it inventory? Do you subtract it? Like, so the gross national product.
Yeah. I'm going to complain about this quiz to him. He gave me the point that I missed.
Did he give you the point?
Yeah, he gave it to me. Yeah.
Good.
So I think it's going to be everything the same as the GDP, just plus what people earned abroad, because GDP doesn't include that. So I think, but then we might, like you were saying, we might have to minus things forward.
Well, you don't add in that transfer payments, that 55, so that doesn't get added in.
No, and I think
Hey,
You
how
do
are you guys?
minus. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Good. Sorry.
You're fine.
Do you,
You're fine.
do you minus losses from depreciation?
See, I don't know about that. But it talks about depreciation and net national product.
Mm-hmm.
Donation rate minus losses from depreciation. So I don't think we do because net means that you're minusing something. So I think then we only do that in net depreciation or net national product.
So the most we can have is $214.
Because
Hey,
yeah,
Cape, hey, have you had a chance to look at this, Cape?
No, I haven't. I've been running still.
How's your baby?
He's good.
oh, yeah,
Healthy and
congrats.
good and yep.
Is he home and everything?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep. Couldn't ask for anything better, so everything was good.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so
So income foreigners earned here, not going to happen. So I don't think we
the 5 is,
no, because it's from
yeah. So we had the 200 and the 9 for sure.
209. But see, like that's my question is because in GDP, income foreigners earned here would be accounted. So I think you need a -5, don't you?
Or do you just not count it?
Well, it's already counted, isn't it, in the GDP?
Well, that's why I couldn't tell. Is that 200? Is that our base, or is that like is that 200? Do we add and subtract from that, starting with that number?
That's how I would do it. I don't know. I couldn't see anything other way because it should be the same thing as the GDP. It's just that anyone that's not American making money in America doesn't count, and anybody that's American making money outside of America counts. So let's see what all these numbers add up to. This is going to take a second. Hold on. So let's go 9 plus 5 plus 6 plus 10 plus 8 plus 12 plus 30 plus 8 plus 55 plus 60 plus 11. It's 214 if you add everything up, minus the $200.
So what's 55 minus 214?
159. So I think you have to have the 200 in there. But my question is, we can't minus that many things because the lowest answer is 186. So income earned by citizens abroad, we're going to count that.
Okay, so let's just say, so we're going to count the 9.
We're going to count the 9. We're not going to count.
Let's don't count the 5. Let's count the 6 and the 10 and the 8.
See, but then we're already too high. So I think that's why we have to minus things.
Okay, let's just mark the things that we need to add in mind. But let's mark the things we're not going to even consider, like the 5 and the 55, right?
Yeah, we're not considering 5 and 55, so.
For sure, right?
No. Income, and I don't think we do depreciation because that's net national product. It says net national product is the total income of a nation's residents minus losses from depreciation. So I don't think we're going to do that. But I still wonder if all these have to be minus from that. I don't know.
That's why I'm thinking. So if you do, so 209, and then I was thinking retained earnings was 8. So 209 plus 8, which is 217, right?
Yeah.
So we need to add that. And then I was thinking interest paid to households by government, which is another 8. How much is that? 217 plus 8 is?
8 is 225.
So 225. And what if we minus, so that leaves us with the indirect business taxes, which is 10, the 12 corporate taxes, the 30, so that's 42, 52. How much is that if you minus 52 from that?
From what?
225.
173.
Okay, and then we add in, see, that still doesn't make sense.
So maybe what we should do is start at 200 and subtract and add things to 200. Because it's the same thing as the gross domestic product, except we're not going to do depreciations. This is such a dumb question.
I'm not understanding. I was with you. I don't understand.
I might just guess and then complain to him and just say, look, this how we. I mean, I know that there's a difference, but we have no clue what to do with this. We didn't learn about it in the book. We have one paragraph about this. Why is there a whole question on it?
Does he have office times that you can go on to?
Oh, yeah, he does. Like, I think tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so let's see this for a second. We go, say if 9, it's 209. We go minus 5. And let's go minus 6.
Yeah.
And then do we add in indirect business taxes? Is that in the GDP? I don't know what to do with taxes either.
I don't either. That's where I'm confused.
So annoying.
I had minus it, but
because technically it's a household expenditure, right?
Yeah. Okay. Add that in.
But what category does it come out of?
Government, maybe.
Government, but it's not a purchase.
But what's the one that goes into the? Yeah, because remember, it's those. It's kind of one of those purchases. Is it one? Does it lay into those like with utilities and crap?
Yeah. What were those?
Those were. Gosh, my brain on this is so fried. Goods and services. No. Where was that at?
Luckily, our lowest quiz is dropped. I'm just surprised that I never said anything about taxes.
The one thing I didn't look at this time, and sometimes, and usually I do, is the PowerPoint, but I did not get a chance to look at that one at all.
I did look at some of the PowerPoint, but I didn't see anything about taxes.
Okay. I was going to say, because I don't know if I'm missing something from just not looking at that. But there was a part in here that talked about, like, utilities. What was that?
Yeah, I remember that too.
Okay. Now I can't find it, of course.
You know what? I'm just going to Google it. All right, let's see here. See, I just feel like taxes wouldn't be added in because it's the total market value of all the final goods and services produced in a given year. So it's not a production of anything, but like this whole sheet is all your choices are taxes.
Yeah, there's a huge thing of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so maybe, what are the answers again?
186, 214, 200, 204.
It's probably literally some stupid question where you just take like 200 plus 9 minus 5 or something dumb like that.
I know. There was like no way I could come up with any of those. So I was like, and I'm guessing 214.
Well, 200 plus 9 minus 5 is 204, which is D.
Okay.
Because if it's trying to say foreigners earned here and then earned abroad, those are the only two things that make gross national product. Yeah. So we might just be overthinking it too much.
Okay. I agree with that one. I'll put that down.
So let's just put 204. And if we get it wrong,
204 it is.
I'll just complain to him. I'll ask him, be like, look, this is a ridiculous question.
Okay.
He seems pretty. Sorry, what'd you say, Cave?
Did you guys put 5 for B or B for 5?
5. We're on, or 5B,
yeah,
yes.
B for 5, yes.
Sorry, let me give you the first 5 answers. 1 is A, 2A,
Okay.
3A, 4D,
Okay.
5B, and then 6 we just did.
Okay.
D.
Yeah, I was listening to your 6, but I was trying to get the answers.
Yeah, you're fine.
5.
We didn't like this chapter.
No, this chapter's... I don't think the book did a good job at all.
You guys were going at question 6, so I figured I'd just do 1 through 5 and listen to you guys.
You're fine.
Yep.
All right, we'll skip to 7. All right, a farmer sells 5 pounds of... I'm going to stop reading them. Let's just... C. I put C.
Okay. Wait, how did you get C? Because I picked D. What did you do that I didn't do?
Okay, so you got to take the 3 pounds times 450.
Yeah, I did that.
And then the 8 were sold. 8 sold for $8. So just 3 times 450 plus 8.
Yeah, but that $10 is also in it, isn't it?
No, because it's an intermediate good. That's how I took it. If not, it would be $31.50.
Yeah. How did you take that as an intermediate? So.
Because it's kind of like the example I gave of the paper maker. When a paper maker sells to Hallmark, they don't charge GDP on the paper sold. They charge it on the final product. So since pecans are technically a material that this person was going to use to sell, so Smith's fresh pecans resells for 3 pounds. So they're not going to count it twice.
Okay.
Since they only paid $10 for it, and then the $21 that they made off of it has the $10 added into it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So if you did it the other way, you'd be charging twice for the same thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
But if I'm wrong, don't get mad at me.
No, I won't. Believe me. Oh, believe me. This has been... Okay, on number 8, I picked B.
8. Okay, I put C.
And it said that... So they produced 8 million worth of cereal.
Yeah.
But only 7 of it went into their...
But stored inventory goes into a final. So for the moment, it's a temporary final product, stored inventory is.
Okay.
So I took the 1 extra million, put 8 million. That, where's it say that? Talks about that.
Oh, yeah, I know. I remember that they said that. So I was like, okay. Because it doesn't leave their inventory, so it still counts towards it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So hopefully that's right. Now I want to find it just to make myself feel better about it.
No, I know. It said, I know. I remember talking about that. If it's in their inventory, but then if it leaves their inventory, then it has to be deducted from.
An important exception to this principle arises when an intermediate good is produced, and rather than being used, added to the firm's inventory of goods for use or for sale later at a date. The intermediate good is taken to be final for the moment and is valued as inventory investment. It is included as part of the GDP.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Number 9, I picked B.
I also picked B.
Yeah.
Right, because it's included. So item 1 was because I looked that up online, and it's technically number 1 is the consumption rental value. So I figured that'd be consumption. Okay. 10. Hold on, let me get that marked. 10.
Oh, hold on, I gotta save 9. Make sure I did it okay.
So I put B again.
Me too.
Okay.
Wait, what number is that?
10.
Government expenditures and imports, right?
Yep. For 11, I put A.
Oh, me too.
We're on track, finally. Watch, we'll probably get 100% on this quiz, even though we feel super stressed out about it. Okay, what were country A's imports in 2010? For 12, I put D.
Yep, me too.
See, I feel like when it comes to math, it's so much easier because I know what the answer can be.
accept that question 6.
Oh yeah, I think we were overthinking that. I'm actually feeling good about our answer because everything else on there, I have no clue what to do with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those are the only 3 things that were ever mentioned in the.
Yeah, in that one little paragraph says one thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, so 13, I put A for 13, but I put a question mark by it because I wasn't too sure.
Okay, so me too. I have D.
Okay, I put A, and I think I actually found that is true.
Okay, so
later on,
it
because
says it's on the base year, so subsequent to the base year measure.
yeah,
So
because
when you talk about a base year, you're using that's real, isn't it?
well, the base is just the base. So for nominal, that's real GDP, but the nominal is going to measure price, whereas the real GDP is going to measure production. So
you
the
have
point of the GDP deflator is that it measures the difference in price from year to year. So nominal GDP from the base year that cannot be attributable to a change in real GDP. Hold on, let me find. It's literally word for word from the book.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't find that. I guess I was thinking more of it was a real GDP.
It says the GDP deflator for subsequent years measures the change in nominal GDP from the base year that cannot be attributable to a change in real GDP.
Okay.
Yeah, it took me forever to find. Yeah, so A.
Okay.
Okay, 14. Okay, I put D.
Okay, me too. I was like, is this a trick question? Because that one was really easy.
Yeah, what was the question again?
Even without doing the math. Like, which one was the
highest nominal?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the country's nominal GDP highest? I was like, okay, I'm hoping that wasn't like a real big trick question, right?
Yeah, it probably was. We'll probably both get it wrong. I'll get it wrong. That's what I always think, like, with economics. It's like, because, like, 150 has so many, like, things you had to read so specifically. And I was like, oh, it's always a trick question.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 14. Now we're on to 15.
Okay. I didn't answer anything because everything I tried, I don't know what I did wrong.
So I got C. So this took me a little while to figure out. Yeah, I haven't on my computer. I'm on my wife's computer because I don't have a microphone on my computer. But hopefully I still have the Excel spreadsheet up that I did it on. By the way, it makes it so much easier to use Excel doing this graph thing.
I know. I should have pulled up my Excel when I was doing it paper and pencil. So dumb.
So, oh crap! I closed it. All right. Well, let's see. The country's output in the last several years are shown below the base years. So the country's output grew. So you're doing output. So you're dealing with real GDP, right? So because it's output. So you got to switch everything. Sorry, go ahead.
To the $4 and a 150, right? Andrew? Did we just lose him?
Is he having problems again this week?
No, it's been going good till just now.
Oh.
Did he say he had picked C, though, for his?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
I don't even know what to... So the real GDP is when you pick the base price. You can use the same price for all the years, right? So you use the base year price for all the years.
Yeah, he just sent a text message. Just trying to look at it right now and see.
I wonder if he can connect without video again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Andrew.
I don't know why he has two different
Well, I think he's trying to connect himself again. Sometimes that works.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
Can you hear
So,
us?
sorry, what was your?
Okay.
Yeah, what was your question?
So you said we were going with the real GDP, which means we have to use the $4 and the $1.50, right, for all the quantities?
Yeah. So for all the quantities, you're going to use the same ones, and then you're just going to go back through, and you're going to use the same formula as the. You're just going to find the change. So you're going to use the same formula as the inflation formula. So
Okay,
you're going to
well,
go the year ahead minus the year behind divided by the first year
Okay,
times
hold
100.
on. So when I did that, so for year 15, I took 4 times 100 and 150 times 180, correct? And then you add those together. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Are you there, Andrew?
You're fine. I'm here. Sorry, I'm still kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
That's fine. So you took the 4 times the 100, right?
Yes.
And the 150 times 180, which gives you 670.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got 780 for the next one.
Yep. So you're gonna take 780.
900 and 1080, right?
You're gonna take. So for like 2016, the change from 2016 to 2015, you're gonna take 780 minus whatever it was in 2015, or not minus, divided. So you're gonna take 780
divided. Oh.
And then because so it's on page something of your book, page 207 is the inflation rate. So it's the same thing. You're just trying to figure out the percentage of change. And then,
yeah, but you said you got, so you did 16. So you did 17. Yeah. So you did 900 divided by 780.
Yeah, or whatever. I don't remember what it was because for some reason I deleted my spreadsheet.
Wait, that still doesn't come out right.
Did you change 2017 to $4?
Yeah, so 2017 should be 150 times 4 plus 200 times 150, right?
Yep.
Which equals 900.
So the 900 divided by, what's for 2016? 780.
That gives you...
Divided again by 780.
Why do you have to divide again?
100. So which gives you 17, which gives you 0.1479, but which when rounded up equals 15.4.
How does 1.479 round up to 15.4?
Well, because you're leaving 3 decimal points. So, oh wait, I can't remember. I wish I had my spreadsheet up, but it did equal that. I promise.
Okay, Okay, so you think
Let me just do this again.
Sorry.
I'll do the whole thing. You're fine.
So what page did you say that equation was on again that I'm missing?
207. It's just that's just an equation for change in anything. You can use it for anything.
Yeah, but isn't it year?
Okay, so
wait. Isn't it minus though? Maybe I'm doing it wrong because I divided. It's minus, right? Maybe that's my
it's divide. No, it's minus. You're right. It is minus.
900 minus 780.
Yep. So 900 minus 780.
By 780. Yeah. Okay, that gives you the 15. Yep. Okay.
That gives you 15. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at that equation.
You're fine.
Wait, after you do the 900 minus 780, then what do you do?
You got to divide it again by 780.
By the year that you minus it by. And then times 100.
You're going to take real GDP of year 2 minus real GDP of year 1 divided by real GDP of year 1 times 100. And that should give you the answer.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I got those answers for all the other ones by doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Which is really confusing because it's like, oh, I got the right answer. It's like, that doesn't seem right.
Okay. Uh-oh. Did you just leave all together?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on 15, you pick the first, you do $4 and the 150 for all of them. That's over
Yeah.
here, right? Okay.
It's the base year, 2015. So that's
Okay.
one thing you have to be careful of is sometimes they'll pick just a random base year. It might not be the first year or the last year, so you have to watch that in the questions.
Okay. Makes sense.
For 16, I put D, but I don't know what Andrew put.
Yeah, I was just reading over it.
Because they both went down.
Just trying to reconnect.
Poor Andrew's internet. I have found, though, I have to hog my living room so I don't get bumped off. So all my two children have to go upstairs.
Yeah, like, don't get on the internet. I'm busy.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys go upstairs. I'm sitting right by the box. No one gets to do anything fun. It's a good thing I only have meetings 2 nights a week.
What other class are you taking besides this that you have meetings for?
My business law.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah. And then after I took it, I had called in and decided to change my emphasis on my business major to social media. And 2 days after the ad drop period, without being able to get a tuition, and found out I don't have to have business law.
Oh, that's nice.
But you know what? It's not going to hurt for business. So I think I needed one more class anyway. So
Oh,
it's not a horrible one. I mean, it's horrible. Don't get me wrong. It's not fun, but I'd rather learn something out of a class if I'm going to pay for it than just take a real slough class.
yeah. So, do you want to explain how you
Yeah,
did
they just. Hi, what?
how you got your
How I
answer
did.
for 16?
Well, okay, so in 2009, they were at 125 billion.
Uh-huh.
In 2010, it dropped to 115 billion.
Yeah.
And then for the deflator thing, the GDP deflator, it also went down.
Yeah.
Well, I took it that the real output and the price levels both fell because there's no quantities or anything to
Yeah.
judge it by. So I thought they both fell. Oh, hey,
Sorry,
Andrew.
it made me delete or reinstall some plugin. I'm gonna turn off the camera just to make sure that it goes a little quicker. All right, are we still talking about 16? Okay, what'd you get for it?
Yeah, I put D.
Okay, I put A because I didn't really know, but then I found something that I put A for because it says.
When I was reading about the deflator thing, it talks about how they both went up each year.
Yeah.
So it says that means they both went up, but these ones both went down. Both the
That's what you were saying.
normal and the deflator.
I thought the numbers went up.
Both, no, because in 125, and in 2010 it was 115, and then in 2009 it was 100, but in 2010 it was 85. So they both dropped.
I was reading it. Yeah, I was reading that backwards. Sorry.
So that's why. Well, no, believe me, I read this like 4 times because each question I swear.
Who reports the later year before the earlier year? See, it's just like things like that in economics. Is like economics isn't hard. You're just making it hard on purpose.
And I think that's what they do. It's like because some of the stuff can make sense, and so they're trying to trick you up to see if you're. But it's like that's not tricking you up it's just.
That's just dumb.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, every economic, real life situation, they're not going to trick themselves up by putting the years in a funny order.
No, it's so annoying. And I'm trying to get into law school, so it's so funny because they're like, oh, economics is the best possible thing you could take for the LSAT because the LSATs do the same exact thing as economics does, where they try to just mess up words and make it confusing on purpose. So.
I was telling Cabe, I'm taking business law right now too, and it's driving me crazy.
Oh, so am I. I'm so annoyed by that class too.
Yeah, and then I found out 2 days after you could drop it for a tuition reimbursement, that I really didn't have to take it for my major.
Yeah,
So
you don't, and I don't have to either, but I want to because I'm trying to go to law school.
I figured I'm going to have to take another class anyway for credits, so it might as well be something I'm learning. So.
Yeah, my professor is actually really nice, so he's pretty lenient, but the class is it's just so much information at once. It's just ridiculous.
I wonder if our class, because you guys use the same videos and stuff as.
Yeah, the one that lady makes with her kids.
Yeah, and she's my instructor.
Yeah, the Hurley lady. I think she's actually my advisor.
Yeah, she's pretty nice. It's just a hard class.
Yeah, it is tough. It's a tough class.
Yeah.
Okay, so for 16 you put D, so I'm going to put that too.
Yep.
Okay, 17. Let's see, what did I put for 17?
I put B.
I put B too.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, because I was...
Yeah, because you just use that inflation formula, right? Yep.
I'm tell you, it really helps when you add and subtract properly.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I had added one of them wrong, and I was like I wasn't getting any of the answers. I was like, okay, what's going on? And I went back and luckily did my basic math, and I'm like, oh, basic math helps.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. Okay, I had a question about 18. I put B because I know that it's 25%, but do we know if output grows or did not grow?
Output grew because everything grew.
Everything grew, right?
Everything grew. So I put output grew.
Yeah, I put the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I did because it was like in the book when it talked about the GDP, it talked about how both of them got bigger.
Yeah.
So both prices and output grew. So I was like, well, that's what I'm going to put.
Right, sounds good to me. 19, I put C. The last two were the 19 was super easy. And then 20, I put A.
I put C because it was in the book. In the little reading section.
Oh, is that what it says?
It says includes otherwise legal transactions that go unreported or unrecorded.
You found where was this in the book? The underground economy thing.
It was on
there
page.
It is 210.
Yeah.
And that's what it says.
And yeah, in the paragraph. Let me tell you. I'll just tell it real quick. It says. Okay, it says.
Officially,
Schneider in 2003, Shadow Economy estimates broadly that as market-based legal production of goods and services deliberately concealed. No, that's not it. Well, hold on.
I believe you.
It actually says.
Because I've already read a little bit of it. I guess I should probably read those things in dark, shouldn't I?
Well, sometimes I just breeze over them too, but yeah.
It's just.
So it came right out. It came right out of this little reading thing.
Awesome.
So
well, I'm good with that then.
Anyway, that's why I picked that one.
All right. Well, I'm nervous to turn this in.
Okay, includes. So I put C on that one. Okay.
Make sure I got all of them marked.
I know that's what I always have to make sure real quick too, because.
I saved all, so they should all be marked.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, if I saved them all, everything should be marked.
All right, are you ready to submit this?
Hold on, I'm just double checking my saves as well, because I'm like, it's my like. Okay, all are saved. Go to submit. Okay. Oh crap!
Did we do bad?
We already missed the first two.
Oh man.
And the first one was I did have B as my question mark on the first one. Yeah, but remember I was like a big question mark.
There's a single.
Then,
that is so confusing.
Yeah.
That makes me angry.
Number one is the one that we got wrong. I had the question mark between those two, but I had circled B, but then put a question mark by it.
Yeah.
And then 2 was C, and that's the one that I picked and had the question mark by. But again, I couldn't figure it out. Okay, dang it, you were right on number 4. It was just income.
Was it?
Dang it. sorry, I talked you out of that one.
No, I talked you out of the first one.
Oh, where's that one that we had?
I was gonna say you guys got 6 right though.
Did we get 6? Oh, you did such a good job not overthinking 6 at the end.
Oh, of course, that's the one we get right.
Okay. Is everything else right?
No, 16 isn't. Real output rose and price levels fell.
16 and 17.
Okay. That one is so. I don't know how you figured that out though.
Yeah, see, it's just what I'm so frustrated about with this chapter is that it doesn't explain how to do these things.
It doesn't give you any quantities. It just gives. So maybe I don't understand because I thought finding that out without quantities.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That was my bad.
No, I mean, mine would have been wrong too. I put both rows.
We got. No way. We got 18 wrong too.
Oh, and I think I totally originally had B. I had B too. But how? I mean, I read this freaking chapter.
Because
Whatever.
I thought output had to grow. That's how come I marked that one, is because that part on deflators, and it talked about how both years went up.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's so confusing.
I hate this chapter.
You
Probably all the
kidding me?
questions on the test will be about this.
Oh, shoot.
It's like what I'm frustrated about. It's like not like the chapter's super hard to understand. It's just the questions are poorly worded. It's a poorly made quiz, I think.
Yeah. I still can't believe we got 6 right.
Like this, it has to be easier than this because we didn't learn anything about this.
I know those taxes. I mean, that was... Okay. Crap.
All right, well, I'll turn it in. At least the lowest quiz we have is dropped, so.
Jeez. That just makes me mad, though. Dang it.
It does. Oh, well. We'll survive.
Yeah. So,
all right.
are you guys ready for the test? Is the test going to be over all the chapters we've studied, right?
Yeah, it is.
Have you even looked at that?
Mind tap thing?
Yeah.
No, I haven't got started. I have
the adaptive
12 other
test prep?
credits.
Huh?
I have 12 other, or 11 other credits I'm taking, so.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I just saw they have that adaptive quiz prep that I want to take. I'm taking my exam on Friday.
Yeah, I'll probably take it on Saturday. So I'll probably take it.
Is that what that
Actually,
adaptive test prep is? Like a study guide?
Yeah, well, it's
I think
Mind
so.
Tap, so it's through the computer program.
Oh.
And then our stupid testing center up here, I'm going to the BYU Salt Lake one.
Mm-hmm.
They're not open on Saturday.
That's annoying.
I'm like, really? How can you not? It's
Yeah.
a very commuter version of BYU.
Yeah, that's
How is
really
that not
dumb.
open?
Okay,
So I'm
well,
taking mine. Okay, well, thanks for the help, and hopefully the homework will help.
Quiz. I even did the homework already. It wasn't nearly as hard as this quiz was. It was super easy in comparison to the quiz.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks, you guys.
All right, we'll see you next week.
You guys test.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.